all the stars align, it could happen. Otherwise, it's just gonna tease us, right? Let's see if the headlights come jumping up. Yep, doing a hit. Hey guys, I just figured I would do a little breakdown of the R8, the Shop R8, just so everybody knew exactly what that car consisted of. There's been a lot of chatter, and I just figured, hey, I threw a little thing in my Instagram. I figured, hey, let's do it on the shop YouTube. So that car is a cast block. I know there's a lot of rumors that it is a billet block. It is not a billet block car, not yet. Hopefully that's going to happen later this year. That is a cast block built in-house at Cicio Powertrains. You know, pistons and rods are proprietary to us. It is a fire ringed motor that we use our fire rings on a copper gasket to seal water and oil. It's got GSC springs in it, Ferrea valves. It has a custom cam grind that I'm not going to get into. It is not a factory R8 cam. We're working with GSC a little bit on an aftermarket cam setup for these cars, so it does have a custom cam grind. That'll be coming out for everybody to use here in the near future. So that's pretty cool. It is our standard turbo kit that we use for all of our customers that want this type of power or this type of horsepower. ETS, of course, builds the turbo kit for us. Thank you guys at ETS Extreme Turbo Systems. You guys are obviously awesome. Zonrotor has built us these turbochargers that are kind of custom designed to work primarily with the V10. And they work really, really well. Thank you again, guys, at Zonrotor. Greg, you guys are super awesome to work with. It is Motec controlled. It's got Dodson parts in the transmission, nothing crazy. There's no new parts that Dodson has made it come out with or anything like that that nobody else has. It's just a standard thing. It is a 1010 clutch with an AMS trans tune, okay? So, and yeah, obviously, forged line wheels, you know, it's lowered a little bit. It's got some 1016 Industries aero stuff. That just doesn't matter. But the car is absolutely 100% over full weight. It does have carbon seats just so I can have a protected harness, you know, and then of course fire suppression and so on and so forth. But with the roll bar and all the other things that you add to these cars, it's actually, you know, overweight. It's actually more than factory weight, which I don't know why that's a bragging point, but people brag about that. Oh yeah, it's more than factory weight. It is. It's not really a bragging point, but it's a point to you guys for you guys to know. As far as the run itself, you know, the runs on the street, why does the street kind of separate the men from the boys? Well, I'm not going to go too deep into this, and I don't want to cause any controversy whatsoever, but like the street itself, you know, Taylor, our tuner, of course, everybody knows Taylor. He is just super, super, super good at dialing a car to the tire and making things extremely smooth. So on the street, you have to have perfectly linear power. You have to perfectly tune the car to not shock the tire. And you need to know what the car will take at what speed, what RPM, you know, so on and so forth. You can't rely on traction control because if the car just sits there and rolls off traction control, it's going to go slow. And you can't rely on the traction because it's not glued to the ground like you are on the track. On the track, you can screw up. You can come in, you can make too much power, the car can kind of shut the throttles, it can come back in, it can have this huge power spike, and the tire will hold it because there's so much glue on the track. On the street, that doesn't happen. If it comes in, you hit like any type of little cut and the car tries to come back in, it's going to shock the tire, blow the tires off, and it'll absolutely never run a fast time. So there's just a lot that goes into actually making a car very, very fast, no prep, okay? And obviously there's tons of no prep, eighth mile guys, quarter mile guys. Heck, we support one of the biggest ones out there in the GTR world, Mike Bandy, and we know what it takes to take a car out with no prep and make it as fast as we possibly can. Obviously, we've kind of proven that. So, but it takes a lot, and I got to give it up to Taylor, and then also, of course, the guys that are behind the scenes building the cars, my entire team. Just an awesome job to make it so that you can go out and do something like this, so that I can sit behind the wheel, bury my foot to the floor. Taylor can confidently do what he needs to do on the keys, because of the guys that are behind us, the men and women, I should say, that are behind us making that all happen. So just got to give props to all of those guys. So I just wanted to explain a little bit. The car is nothing crazy out of the ordinary. In fact, we're building way crazier cars for clients. And then we did this car. This car is built for the street. The turbos come up super, super fast. In fact, if you guys can watch the video, I don't know how he's going to edit this, but probably he's going to put all this in there. If you guys watch and look at the graph, I actually screwed up and didn't drop the brake until after 60 miles an hour, or right at 60 miles an hour, 60.3, I think Taylor told me. That was my mistake. And if you look at the graph, the G meter doesn't actually spike until after the run starts, which, you know, there's time on the table there. That was my screw up. But it was 1 o'clock in the morning. I was going to bed. Anyway, so that's that. Just wanted to give you guys a little heads up, a little understanding, a little download of what the car has, and you know what it takes to actually go out there and do that. Again, we're proud, we're excited. I'm proud of my team. If you have any questions, any comments, please drop them below. I will personally go in there and happily put some stuff, you know, answer whatever you guys have as far as whether it be the car, the tuning, or any other thing that goes into making a street car that is this rapid.